It's certainly been a phenomenal ride over the past few weeks. We've seen some very interesting innovations. We've met even more interesting people over the process. And that has brought us through to tonight, where we have 4 finalists with us this evening. And one of those finalists, at least, will win the prize of the Innovator of the Africa Energy Awards 2016. Now, I speak to you this evening on behalf of the judging committee, which is 8 judges. They were presented a bit earlier today. And these judges come from many different walks of life, from academic institutions, entrepreneurs, to people that have been in the engineering environment for many, many years. So you can just imagine the amount of scrutiny that was applied to each and every applicant through the process. Then the spirit of the Africa Energy Awards is very important to us from a judging standpoint. And the reason for that is that you get people from all walks of life, right? These people have potentially grown up in rural areas. It could be qualified engineers, registered engineers, that have a substantial amount of experience in their specific fields. So as you're sitting there, you may have a presentation in the morning from someone that is a schoolgoer, and in the afternoon from qualified engineers. So it's absolutely mind-boggling to look at these innovations and the types of people that actually bring them to the forefront. Never again would you be able to land in Nigeria and not have a look at a mimosa plant, understanding that that's possibly the future opportunity in the form of photovoltaic within coming years. Or a waste-to-energy plant, right, that is driven off a furnace, where they've reduced degrees from 1,800 degrees Celsius, stepped it down all the way to 240 degrees Celsius, and they produce 5 megawatts, right, purely off waste heat. Further to that, if I have a dinner in Nairobi, for example, I understand that through innovation, there's a substantial amount of fisheries, rural fisheries, that have actually made a sustainable business case due to renewable energy. Again, one of the applicants during the Africa Energy Awards. And lastly, I don't think I would ever visit the gents again and not be cognizant of the fact of the amount of whites that I'm literally flushing down the toilet. So that's a major concern, and I must say it's something that's affecting me on a daily basis. I would like to quote a lady by the name of Elizabeth Holmes. She's the CEO and founder of Tyrannos. And Elizabeth clearly stated that the minute you have a backup plan is the minute that you've given up, right? And if you look at the amount of tenacity, the tenacity that we felt with these applicants, if you look at the drive that they have, if you consider the disarray that they've created into order, you look at the innovation that they brought to the table, and you understand the dreams that have effectively come to a point of reality this evening. It's a huge privilege, and this is exactly what these applicants have done. They've looked at their process, they've been 100% committed with no B plan, no C plan, and they've made 100% sure that they make a success. But that's enough of that. And the real purpose this evening, and the purpose of me standing up here and addressing you, is to give you an indication as to the level of prudency that has gone into the process. And this was built on criteria. We have a set of 4 criteria that speaks to the impact of the energy innovation on the energy sector, both in South Africa and Africa, over coming months as well as coming years. We had to look at the potential socio-economic impact that these innovations would bring to the fore, which is very important, because these days, if you're not impacting people's lives, there's very little point in doing what these innovation specialists have actually brought to the table. The personal participation in the innovation is also very important. That innovator needs to bring their thumbprint, their fingerprint to the table to show us that they've actually thought about the process, they've dreamed about it, and they've actually, through a very iterative process, brought a solution to the forefront. And then lastly, but certainly not least, has to do with uniqueness. How unique is the innovation within the broader scheme of the energy sector within South Africa as well as Africa? It can be unique, but is it tangible? So that's an insight into some of the criteria that we looked at. But then again, we needed to remain independent as well as objective. From an independent standpoint, there was no overdue control on us. There was no excessive external consultation. We consulted when we needed to. And then objectivity, the emotional aspect, has the potential of overriding a lot of decisions. So we were very prudent with this, and we made 100% sure that each and every recommendation or idea that was put on the table was backed up from a robustness point of view, And the conclusion that we came to was completely aligned, that was unemotional, and spoke to the fundamentals of independence as well as objectivity. While I was driving here this evening, I was boxing with the idea of putting 2 quotes in a 5-minute address, but I made a decision in the parking lot that I'll do it anyway. And this particular person is a gentleman by the name of Bill Bradley. He's a retired basketball professional. He's served 3 terms as a US Senator. He's a Rhodes Scholar. I mean, the accolades just go on and on and on. And Bill made a very clear statement, and he said, if ambition is the path to success, tenacity is the vehicle that will get you there. Madam Chair.